What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today, we're going to be talking about Power Book for Force, Season 2, Episode 5. This is the recap. So down below, I want you guys to let me know exactly how did you feel about Episode 5. I mean, it was a flat-out fire episode. It was crazy. As I told you guys last night in my quick thoughts early impressions video, I'm getting tired of the whole kid taking out the parent storyline. I know we see it in the Power universe, but I was hoping, y'all. I was hoping it was going to be some type of twist, and maybe we would have got something different. But when it comes to Walter Flynn, you already know they wasn't going to let somebody that we barely knew from Dublin take him out. It had to be somebody in his family, but I was hoping it would be some type of twist within all of it. I told you guys about Paulie. I was wishing we would get more out of his character. Back in season 1, it really did feel like Paulie had more to his story, and I was hoping in season 2 we will see more of that, but we didn't see it at all, y'all. Your boy Paulie got dropped off easy, and I'm looking like, man, they just offed your boy Paulie. I did see the predictions of the fans talking about maybe Paulie is going to go, and you guys was right. I was just hoping that things would play out a little bit different. And what y'all feel about Vic and Claudia? Claudia said, you know what? In order for me to be at the top, I got to take out my brother. And that's what she wanted to do. But things backfired. I knew somehow, some way, this whole game plan was not going to go as planned and something major would happen. And we already know if he's going to go through with this game plan, and I'm talking about as far as helping out the feds, y'all know his days are numbered. So hopefully we get a twist within that storyline and we can see something different. But if we going off the parallels of Power Universe, we already know Vic being a snitch is just not going to play out for his character, and seeing how he didn't want to take out Claudia right then and there, she may end up getting that victory over him at the end of the day. So we're going to find out soon enough. I just hope it is some type of twist within the whole storyline. And the whole D-Mac thing, I mean, this guy is flat out stupid. He continued to be on the block after Uncle Tommy told him not to, and Tommy sent him off to a youth academy. A lot of the fans are saying maybe, you know, it's like a parallel like how they did Tariq, trying to send him off and, you know, keep him out of trouble. So we're going to see how they end up doing his storyline. I did see people talk about Ghost better be at that farm or whatever. Look, I told y'all my final predictions video, the whole Ghost thing most likely was just promo, and that's exactly what we saw. Of course, all the fans, or at least the majority of the hardcore Power fans, was pissed off. I told you, don't get your hopes up too high. Don't get them up too high. Your boy Amari Harwick, he ain't back yet. That money got to be right. Once the money is right, we shall see Ghost in some type of form, whether he's a ghost, dead, or alive. That's on them to decide. Now, what do y'all think about your boy Jannard? That boy was tweaking in this episode once again. He hit rock bottom. Of course, the fans, they don't trust Jannard. They think he's going to flip out, joining, CBI, and I got a feeling Tommy's going to be upset about this. Y'all know, if you're doing business with Jannard, it's just a matter of time before he screws up everything. So we're definitely going to find out soon enough. Now, bear with your boy. I told you guys last night that I caught a cold, so my voice is kind of messed up. But y'all know me. I'm going to stay putting in that work. We got to talk about this episode. So what did we see in Power Book 4 Season 2, Episode 5, titled Crown Vic? Now, the episode starts out with D-Mac and Tommy is trying to tell him to shut the hell up. He's entirely too loud. He don't want nobody knowing anything about what happened as far as D-Mac taking out Bennigan in the last episode. And of course, D-Mac, he's stressed out. He don't know what to do. But Tommy, he's going to try to clean this up the best way that he can. Now, your boy Jannard, once again, he is tweaking out in this episode. His crew, they don't even trust him. No one's trying to do business with him. We know Miguel Garcia, he ain't messing with him. And they losing money. And Jannard out here on that stuff is getting around. Everybody knows he's a damn junkie and no one wants to do business with him. Jannard is telling his crew, like, look, just stay loyal. He's going to fix this. Just give him some time. But you can tell they kind of concerned. They don't trust anything that your boy Jannard is talking about. Now, we get to Diamond and we learn that his pops is at hospice. It's just a matter of time before he's not here anymore. And we know during this conversation that Diamond is having, all of a sudden, a shootout pops off. Jannard's old crew, they come in, they spraying up the spot. They done hit this girl. I mean, it ain't looking too good. And I'm thinking like, man, all this could have easily been avoided if Jannard was doing what he had to do, taking care of his crew and staying out the way. But no, This is the result of his screw-ups, and now somebody is hit. And Mireya, she has to operate on this girl, and we know this kind of hit home for her, and she's realizing like, man, life is too short. Anything can happen. So y'all know, once this girl did not make it, it kind of hit home for Mireya, and she's seeing things a little bit more clearly. Tommy meets up with Diamond. He hears about the shootout, and Diamond is upset. He's like, look, you said you took care of D-Mac. Why the hell is D-Mac outside with Marshall talking to the boys? Like, what the hell is going on? Now, before Tommy went out there to D-Mac, he had a conversation with Diamond about, fixing the issues, the whole shootout. Maybe they could meet up with this King Kilo character and squash everything and bring all the crews together as one. That is the game plan, and that's what they're going to try to do. And we know Big Baby Glenn Davis will be playing King Kilo. Now, Tommy, he's going off on D-Mac, telling him, what the hell is you doing? You're out on the blocks, talking to the boys, talking to Marshall. You doing entirely too much. I mean, I just don't get it. I mean, come on, D-Mac. You got to be smarter than this. You just dropped off a cop, and now you out there on the blocks. Like, this is just flat out stupid by his character. And Tommy, he hems him up. Of course, JP is pissed off, talking about, don't talk to my son like that. Like, are you crazy? They get into it. Tommy tells him, look, you don't want to know what happened. Trust me. Kate Egan, she is there. She understands how serious this is. She knows something is up. My question is this. What the hell is going on up in her head that she thought it was a great idea to allow D-Mac to leave after she just witnessed all of this? But hey, it is what it is, man. Then we get to Vic Flynn and the boys. They tell him they have 2 eyewitnesses, pretty much saying that he was at the scene of the crime. He took out this Colin Judge character that we saw back in season 1. They want him to give up who else was with him, which was Tommy. But Vic is like, look, screw all that. Give me my lawyer. So we know Stacey Marks is talking about, look, just let him go. We're going to let him, pretty much go out there and screw things up, get back close with Tommy, and then we're going to move in because Vic, he is bound to mess up eventually, which based off how, the end of the episode played out, it seems like Stacey Marks was right. What do y'all think about that? Now we get to D-Mac and Kate Egan. I told you guys earlier, Kate, she knew something serious was going on, but she decides to allow D-Mac to go out, even though Tommy told him to stay there, knowing how serious things are. I mean, she didn't know all the details, but still, you don't make no moves like this. This is major. So D-Mac ends up leaving like a dummy once again. And it makes sense on why Tommy was so pissed off. I mean, D-Mac, he is continuing to just make dumb decisions over and over and over. Then we get to your boy Jannard. I mean, he's on one. He's going to the old neighborhood. They looking at him like, dude, what are you doing here? You ain't supposed to be here in the first place. He decides to rob Manny, which is completely stupid. Everybody's seeing you come there. You decide to jack her for her chain, the chain that her pops gave her. She told him this, but Jannard didn't give a damn. But we know his crew, they knew he had her chain on, and they knew something was up with him. I mean, this dude is a flat out liar, but I guess when you on that stuff, when you high as a kite, you do not make the best decisions, and Jannard definitely hit rock bottom in this episode. It's crazy because he went back to his old crew with the product, acting like he really did something big, talking about, I'm back. Who said that I wasn't good with Miguel Garcia? I mean, he's lying, talking about he got the product for Miguel. They see that chain, so they already know he's lying, and he cannot be trusted. Then we get back to Claudia and Vic and Brendan. They're talking about the whole game plan to execute Walter Flynn, and we see this guy Big Red, another trash character. I mean, we already knew a new character like this ain't about to take out no damn Walter Flynn. Now, Vic is supposed to get his dad drunk and then get up out the house right before 9 p.m. And then Dublin, they're supposed to come in and execute the game plan. But we already know things did not play out the way they were supposed to. And Claudia, she thought she had everything under control. Now, we get to Diamond and Tommy. They end up calling King Kilo, a.k.a. Big Baby Glenn Davis. And they're talking about just bringing all the crews together like they talked about in the past. And he's cool with it. He just said, look, just give me 50% of the profits, in the prisons, and we good. Tommy's like, screw that. They ain't doing it at all, and he hangs up on him. Diamond is pissed off, talking about, we can't keep going to war. We have to fix this. But Tommy does not want to take that deal. Now, Diamond also tells Tommy about, D-Mac, and he needs to fix it, or Diamond's going to fix it his damn self, because D-Mac is doing entirely too much, and he's going to put everybody at risk. Now, We get to Mireya and her love interest, and this dude, he's on one, telling Mireya she needs to just get over it because the girl that she was operating on ended up passing away. And Mireya, she's upset, talking about, life is too short. She is tired of messing around with this dude. She is tired of leading him on. And once he grabbed her, I knew it was over for him. I knew Miguel was not going to like that, and he was going to end up doing something to him by the end of the episode. Now, we get to Claudia and Brendan, and he wants to celebrate. He wants to clap those cheeks one last time because this is going to be his last time. And y'all know Claudia, she didn't want to do it at first, but they end up doing it. And now she's got hers off. She has a clear state of mind. Brendan ended up telling her, look, you're not going to be queen. Dublin, they old school. They still want to do business with your brother. It's crazy because her pops has pretty much already told her this over and over again. So I don't know why the hell she thought this game plan was going to work the way she wanted it to work. And once Brendan told her that Vic pretty much has to die in order for her to take that spot, y'all already know what she was thinking. And she had on the red dress as well. So you already know she was about to make a crazy move by the end of the episode. Now we get to Jannard and Shanti. And once again, she asked him the question about, is he on that stuff? What's going on? Of course, Jannard is going to deny it. And then she tells him he needs to go to the hospital because his pops is there and it ain't looking too good. Now, Diamond and his pops, they're having an argument. Things ain't going well. He pretty much tells Diamond that he ain't nothing and that the only good thing that he is doing is looking out for his brother and that he needs to realize that he's pretty much just like him. And once he does that, he will be better off. So these two pretty much did not have the best outing in this particular scene. But we know right before he passed away, they end up squashing their issues. Now, Jannard, he pops up to the party, but guess what? It's too much for him. He needs to get high one last time because he cannot accept the fact that his father is not going to be here anymore. Now, Vic is pissed off because Paulie, he is at his father's spot. He thought that Paulie and his dad got into it and that Paulie was not going to be there, but that's not the case. Paulie is there talking about, we family no matter what, and that he would pretty much risk his life over and over again for his dad or any of the kids. And I'm looking like, man, it's over for your boy Paulie. And I was hoping things would play out a little bit different. Now, Claudia, she gets news from Brendan that Dublin, they're going to be coming a little bit earlier and she needs to make sure that Vic is up out of there. She tells Vic that everything is still going to be happening at 9 p.m. So it's good. But she lies to him. She understands that most likely they're going to take out everybody because that's what Brendan told her. He said that they got orders to eliminate everything at that house. Claudia knew this and she didn't give a damn. She said, you know what? I'm sorry, Vic. I got to go ahead and get you up out of here because I need to be queen. Now, Walter, Paulie, and Vic, they saw that Dublin was there and now they're ready for war. I'm thinking like, man, none of y'all got any armor on or nothing. Y'all just going out there with no type of vest on. And as soon as they get out there, man, Paulie getting popped easily by that big red character. And I'm looking like, man, Paulie, not Paulie. I wanted to see more character development out of his character, but hey, it's power. Anybody can go at any given moment. So he ends up getting taken out. And then your boy Walter Flynn, he ain't playing around. He dropping off anybody that gets in his way. He sees that Paulie end up getting taken out. He ends up taking out this big red character, another built up character, acting like he was going to do something real major, but gets dropped off just like that. Now, Walter is pretty much blaming Claudia for everything, saying that she set all of this up. It's her fault. Vic is like, no, it's your fault. You took out Gloria and now you're doing all this. Everything is your fault. They kind of go back and forth. Walter is talking about you betrayed me just like your sister. And then Vic ends up shooting him. And Walter is pretty much talking about, look, your sister got more balls than you. You ain't got it in you. And he tells Vic to pull the trigger. And Vic, that's exactly what he ended up doing. You know what I'm saying? He took out his father. Once again, we see the parallel with, the kid taking out the parent. A parallel that I am tired of seeing. I'm tired of seeing these kids take out their parents. I was hoping we would get some type of twist, but no, we didn't get no twist. We got the same old, same old. I mean, this is pretty much a storyline that we all could have predicted just based off the history that they give us in this show. Now we get to Jannard and he is on one. He tweaking, y'all. He need to get high once again. And now he's met up with this white boy because he bought the last little batch. And Jannard's like, screw it. The white boy ended up pulling out that needle. Jannard wasn't about that life at first. And once Jannard got into that car, I'm like, man, I don't want to see no menace to society. I got these cheeseburgers type of scene. I mean, Jannard was looking like he was willing to do anything to get high. But we know he ended up, taking that needle injection and that boy was gone. Then we get to Dr. Kendall and Miguel Garcia, and I knew he was going to make this dude suffer. Luckily, he didn't take him out. I mean, he smashed his hands. And I want to know how Mireya is going to feel about this, because you know she ain't going to like it. Now, we get to D-Mac. He end up getting hemmed up by Big Smurf. Now, if you watched the official trailer, you already knew that D-Mac was the character that was going to get snatched into that van, and that's exactly what we end up seeing. I mean, he was trying to meet up with his little boo, but that didn't play out the way that he thought it was going to play out. Now, Tommy finally decides to tell JP the truth that D-Mac took out, an officer of the law, and he has to make sure, D-Mac is taken care of, so he's planning to send him away for his own safety. Now, Vic pops up on Claudia and Brendan, and he is pissed off. Brendan ended up telling him that the hit was moved up and that he's surprised that he didn't get out of there. He was surprised that Vic didn't even know. That's because Claudia did not tell him. And he's like, look, I told you. Why didn't you tell him? And Claudia, she didn't waste any time. She took him out quickly, trying to blame it on him like he was the one that was trying to backstab Vic. But in reality, it was her. But you can tell Vic understands, like, okay, I know what she was trying to do. He knows his sister. His pops already told him about his sister, and he knows her his damn self. And y'all know he's going to be plotting and planning against her. He wants her to struggle. But I'm thinking like, man, you might as well just drop her off, because you have a higher chance of surviving if you do that. Doing it this way, working with the feds, it ain't going to play out the way you think it's going to play out. That's just my opinion. Now, Diamond and his pops, they end up squashing their issues. He tells Diamond, look, he was always hard on him because he knew he can take it, and that Jannard is going to need him and to always look over his, his little brother. And his last wish was to watch out over Jannard, so it kind of makes sense on why, Diamond wanted to bring him, back in CBI and look over him, because that was his father's last wish. Now, Tommy meets up with Diamond, lets him know that whatever he needs, he will look out for him, and he lets him know that the whole deal with King Kilo, let's do it. The only thing is, Tommy wants to supply the drug, so we're going to see how everything plays out. Now, Kate Egan, she's upset because she believes Tommy took out D-Mac. She wants to know where he's at. Tommy said he had to take care of it, and he's telling her she better, get up out of his face before he does something else that he does not want to do. And we know this ended up causing your girl Kate to basically get high once again. And then we get to Diamond and Jannard. Jannard finally decides to pop up at the hospital, but it's a little bit too late. Their father passed away, but Diamond did tell him that his pops said that he was his favorite, and Diamond ended up fulfilling his pop's last wish, and that is to look over his brother. He lets him be back, good with CBI, and it seems like everything is going to be well. But we know Jannard, he is bound to slip up, and y'all know Tommy, he is not going to like this. And then we get to Kate Egan. She's looking at D-Mac's picture. She is thinking that he is not here anymore, not knowing the full truth, and she decides to get high. She is finally relapsed. She's on one, and I believe this is going to have, a negative effect on her in her storyline this season. And then we get to the end of the episode. We see D-Mac. He is finally at the destination. Tommy has got this man dropped off at this farm area at a youth academy. Some say this is similar to Ghost and Tariq, with them trying to send Tariq off, trying to make sure that he stays out of trouble. But I'm going to tell you right now, just like Tariq, this whole storyline with D-Mac is probably not going to play out. And I'm expecting D-Mac to continue to make bad moves at this youth academy. I mean, what y'all think is going to happen? I even seen people talk about Ghost better be at this youth academy. Look, I told y'all that was just promo. Your boy Ghost, he's not here. Now, we get to the end of the episode. We see Stacy Mark. She's having a conversation with Vic. He is talking about now he wants to help her out. He wants to take down his sister. She's telling him he can get full immunity, but he cannot just take down his sister. She needs Tommy Egan. So he's going to have to infiltrate CBI and get info and try to, plot and plan against Tommy behind his back. Y'all know this is not going to end well. I hope this game plan that Vic has does not go like this. Maybe Vic has a second heart, but we already know, if we going off the parallels, that Vic has pretty much sealed his fate. And if he's going to decide to go up against his sister and work with the feds and go up against Tommy, we know it's not going to work. I am expecting Vic to tell Tommy that Claudio was the one that took out Liliana. Y'all know he wants to hear the full truth. Once that does happen, I'm pretty sure Tommy is going to try to get her. We know in the episode 6 trailer, Vic is talking about, are you going to, hurt my sister or whatever? Well, we going to see. Tommy definitely wants to make her suffer, but Vic, if you're going to be a snitch, it's pretty much over for you. I don't see it ending well, man. I hope they give us a twist within this whole storyline. But y'all, let me know exactly, how did you feel about episode 5? We got 5 more episodes left, and the way things are looking, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be difficult for your boy Tommy to be moving, especially when you got a rat like Vic Flynn popping up to the party trying to make deals. On top of that, you got Miguel Garcia, he's crazy as hell. And then you got your boy Jannard, who's just smoked out, making bad moves each and every episode, which is going to yield very negative consequences by the end of the season. Hopefully, Jannard can really turn it around and get himself together, but we shall see. Now, I want to thank you guys once again for all the love, all the support, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.